Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Before I get into this week's update, which is week 74, I have lost over 60 pounds while on Mounjaro, but most importantly, I have lowered my A1C from 8.2 to 5.4. I have lowered my blood pressure, meaning I no longer have high blood pressure. I'm no longer taking high blood pressure medication. I'm lowering my cholesterol, and I have reversed my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So this medication really has been amazing in helping me lead a healthier life. So let's get into this week's update, but before I do, I just want to remind you about my disclaimer that I'm not a healthcare professional, and I'm just sharing my personal experience and opinion about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Also, I have no relationship with a drug manufacturer or any pharmacy that is selling Mounjaro. I'm just like you. Alright, so I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for the Thanksgiving comments on my Thanksgiving video, and I just want to say that I ate what I wanted to. I didn't feel guilty. In addition to the nice plate of food that I cooked up, well, I cooked up more and I put together a plate and I've been eating the leftovers. I had turkey, stuffing, butternut squash, rutabaga. Now the squash and the rutabaga, I did put butter in them. What else did I have? Oh, I had crescent rolls. I forgot to put that in the video. I made a cranberry sauce with the tangerines, with some of the tangerines that I picked a couple weeks ago. I also used Swerve and Lakanto, which the Lakanto is monk fruit sweetener. What else did I have? Oh, and I had turtle cheesecake for dessert. So yeah, that was a lot of rich food, but did I gain any weight from that? Well, I did not. Actually, I lost a pound. When I stepped on the scale today, I was surprised that I was down 1 pound from last week, so I'm at 133 pounds. You know, I saw a video by, I love Shaun T. He's I don't know, a fitness guru, but he's just amazing. He's been associated with Beachbody and that, and I've followed some of his programs, and when I follow them, they do work. But yeah, Shaun T, he was talking about, on Thanksgiving, don't deprive yourself. And we are in the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of temptations out there. Obviously, you don't want to give in to all the temptations, but just a little bit at a time is okay to give yourself that joy. Your life is too short not to enjoy what you want to. Obviously, if you're watching this video because you're on Mounjaro, or perhaps you're on zepbound, and you do want to improve your life, you don't want to go all crazy during the holidays. But honestly, for me, I can only stomach so much being on Mounjaro. I'm going on my second holiday season on Mounjaro, and even though I was on Mounjaro last year for Thanksgiving, if you watched my last video, and if you remember last year, I had COVID. So I had no taste and I had no urge or desire really to eat Thanksgiving dinner last year. So this year was my first year, I like to say, on a normal Mounjaro experience. And I didn't deprive myself, but I didn't go all out crazy, compared to what I would have done without being on this medication, because it is still curbing my appetite somewhat. Although, Friday is my injection day, which was week 74. And we'll get into that injection. But Wednesday, I woke up and I was really hungry. And ironically, I did go to an event, a luncheon called Farm City Barbecue. It's in Naples. And here's a little image of it. As you can see, I had steak for lunch, corn on the cob, I had some beans, I did have some vegetables, but basically it's an opportunity for business leaders in the Southwest Florida community to come out and support the farming community in Southwest Florida. And that steak was delicious, but I only had room for one steak. I could have gone back for another one, but one steak was fine. And the corn, I didn't eat all the beans, I didn't eat all the roll, but it was just nice. Getting out, being part of the community, but just having a nice meal on that Wednesday I was hungry, but I didn't go crazy, and I was satisfied as to what I had. On Thursday, I wasn't overly hungry. You know, that's the day before I had my injection, but I just ate when I wanted to. I also moved a lot last week. You know, I try to aim to get at least, well, 5,000 steps, which seems to be pretty easy when I'm walking my dog. So when I get to 10,000, I'm really excited. And there were some days that I was over 10,000 steps. I really didn't do much working out. My body is telling me I need to do some Pilates or pyro or yoga or something. And I say that because my body feels sore. But anyway, so I lost a pound this week. So I'm down to 133 pounds. My exercise, I just told you that I did a lot of walking, and that was pretty much it. Went on a nice hike after my Thanksgiving meal on Thursday. Went with my dog, if you caught that video. Nutrition, we talked about nutrition. Yeah. Actually, I am making some yogurt right now. I did can up some tangerine juice. I hand juiced, I guess, a pint's worth, maybe 3 pints worth of tangerine juice. That was a lot of tangerines. Now, the tangerines that I picked were kind of tiny to begin with. So I canned them up, and even though I did can it in a hot water bath, I did put that into the refrigerator because what I read online, even though you can it, it's a good idea to put it in the refrigerator, but it could last months in the refrigerator. So I'll have some fresh tangerine juice down the road. I also made some pickles this week, some, I don't want to say dill pickles because I didn't use dill, but I pickled some cucumbers. They're going to be spicy and garlicky. I picked up the cucumbers at that Farm City barbecue event, so you know, they will be done. I mean, I could eat them now, but they really won't be flavorful until at least a week from now. So I canned up a couple jars and then a couple smaller jars because that's all I had. So I'm just trying to get back into eating clean. I've been eating Thanksgiving leftovers all weekend. However, for dinner, I am just going to eat vegetables. In theory, I'm going to eat vegetables. That's what my body is craving. So I have a nice zucchini. Then I'm going to cook up and roast, and I have some fresh tomatoes. And I don't have any fresh basil, but I'll make something delicious with that. So we talked about weight loss. Oh, we need to talk about glucose numbers. My glucose numbers, I thought my glucose would be high in the mornings, but I had one day, I think it was 80, but you can see my, let's go over here. You can see my numbers right over here. And yeah, I had some days in the 50s, which I was really shocked about. I donated platelets on Friday, so I always feel good about doing that. But yeah, my glucose, for whatever reason, even after eating all this, a lot of sugar, maybe it just hasn't been that bad for my body, and maybe my body has just corrected itself where it's going into remission from diabetes. I don't know. I'm not a healthcare professional, and that's a discussion I'll need to have with my doctor later on in 2024. So I realize it's been a long time since I have shared an injection. So here is my week 74 injection here for you. Enjoy. Hey friends, it's been a while since I've shared an injection video, so here we go. I'm taking my 74th injection of Mounjaro. Here we go, still at the 7.5 dose. This is a Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. So I just take the cap off, twist it. We're gonna do the stomach. Here we go. And listen to the click. All right, first click means it's going in. Second click means it's done. It's gonna be less than 10 seconds and I'm done. All right, let's carry on with the rest of the week. So I hope you are doing well with your Mounjaro journey. As you can see, I am ready for the holidays. I have Radcliffe's little elf cap right here. He really doesn't like wearing it. My shirt, I'm getting ready to post a short about it. It's promoting the LaBelle Swamp Cabbage Festival, and I don't know if you can see the bottom, but it says "Eat a Tree." So the La Belle Swamp Cabbage Festival. It's a good old-fashioned old Florida festival in La Belle, Florida, which is in southwest Florida. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know what a swamp cabbage is, well, Florida's state tree is the cabbage palm or the sable palm. And when the trees are young, that's when the swamp cabbage is harvested. If you've heard of hearts of palm, that's the same thing. So basically, I don't know, I kind of think it's cannibalistic for Floridians to eat swamp cabbage because it's our state tree, yet we're eating it. And at the Swamp Cabbage Festival, the best way to eat it is either chopped up into fritters or made into like a, I don't want to say a stew, but it's just like boiled down swamp cabbage and probably some bacon in there and some other seasoning and just a whole lot of deliciousness. But anyway, you know, it's too hot in Florida to have ugly sweaters, so the Swamp Cabbage Festival folks said, hey, why don't we do some ugly t-shirts? So I just love this t-shirt. So in a way, yeah, you know, there's sometimes some years that I'm not excited about Christmas, but for whatever reason, I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. I went out and saw a great holiday light display last night in the neighborhood next to me, and I talked to that family, and that family is so amazing. I didn't share in the video everything that they told me because a lot of it was, I believe, is personal, but if people go there and talk to them, you'll learn their whole story. But they're just such a giving family to create that wonderful display for the public to enjoy. And I hope you're having a good journey on Mounjaro. And I just want to say again, you know, how much I appreciate you. I have surpassed 2,000 subscribers. Woohoo! You know, so thank you for subscribing and following along on this journey. This channel is a little bit of an eclectic channel. Unlike most YouTubers, I'm not going to say all YouTubers, because other YouTubers are kind of similar to me, where they just post about their life and what they want to. You know, mine's just a collection of this Mounjaro journey, also with some travel and some of my dog, and maybe I'll get into food videos next year and all that. But I just want to say thank you for coming along on this journey for me. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments. And I just want you to go out there and make the most of it. You know, as I like to say in my other videos, that, you know, life is too short, so always say yes to adventure. So, all right, my friends, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome week. And remember, not only be kind to others this week, but please be kind to yourself. And if you're just starting out on this Mounjaro journey, or maybe it's zepbound that you're taking or will be taking, depending on when you're watching this video, my words of advice to you are to stay hydrated, clean up your eating, move more, and stay connected to your healthcare professional. And I envision success if you follow those. And maybe the medication isn't for you, and that's okay. You know, just remember, don't compare your journey to my journey or to someone else's journey, because everyone's journey is going to look different. But we have the same goal of being healthier and more productive citizens, right? All right. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.